Welcome back to NBA Countdown, live from the Heineken River Deck at Pier 17. Andre Iguodala is a power player. The 2015 NBA Finals MVP was traded from Golden State to Memphis last summer, and since then, he's not played a minute of NBA basketball. But now he's back and taking those talents to South Beach, where he joins the Heat. So the question is, what's he been doing during his break? As Mark Spears tells us, Iguodala is using what he learned on the court to make big business power plays.
Every athlete has that competitive nature about them where they want to do something where it's purposeful, and just the nature of having good business acumen.
Iguodala! It's been 7 months since three-time champion Andre Iguodala has stepped onto an NBA court. During his break from basketball, the veteran has been spending more time learning to win in a new arena, entrepreneurship and the venture capitalist investment world.
Now we leverage that to go to other brands, and then now we leverage that till we make our own clothes.
A lot of athletes have interests outside the game, but we've never quite figured out how do you have that right balance. Because while you're in the game, they want you to just focus on the game. You know, there's nothing else to be but that, because you know what's at stake, and that's where you start to see a lot of players have that anxiety in terms of who they will become, or never getting out of who they were as an athlete.
Got up under the lane and stripped away by Iguodala.
Ironically, it was in the moments between guarding the league's best players and probing defenses himself as a member of the Golden State Warriors in the Bay Area that Iguodala found an opening into the business world.
Had I not been here, I wouldn't have been able to see it up close and personal, interact with some of the brightest minds in human history, some may say. They're courtside at all our games. They were courtside at finals, you know, the many important games, and was able to get close and rub shoulders with a lot of those folks, but not just rub shoulders, pick their brains about certain things. And I think you just have to let people know your interest in what you're trying to do, and not being afraid to be told no or be shunned away.
It's my pleasure to be here with Andre Iguodala.
That was just the beginning of his business journey. There have been meetings with CEOs and internships, talks at Harvard Business. He's become an author and a venture capitalist, amassing over 50 investments, staying true to the phrase, more than an athlete.
It's been so interesting to me watching your development as a tech investor.
I found another passion that I'm looking forward to when I'm done playing ball that I want to go and dive into and stretch my brain to its limits.
Iguodala is looking to establish himself by blazing a trail.
Sometimes you have to be selfless and see a bigger picture in terms of your global impact and your global footprint, and it's not just about you, but the effect you can have with others.
I'm just trying to give that knowledge to the guys and let them know that there's a way to leverage it all. There's a way to maximize your time on the court and still set yourself to, you know, gradually transition into life off the court.
Outside of his time in the boardrooms, Iguodala has stayed NBA ready in anticipation of a return to the court.
I feel really good. You know, I said it before, it's been a good break for me in terms of where I've come from. Mentally, it's just very fatiguing to play 6 years of basketball in 5 years. And it's been good for the brain, it's been good for the body, but just keeping myself ready.
It's so impressive, everything that Andre Iguodala has been able to do off the court, but the last time we saw him on it was Game 6 in 2019 of the NBA Finals. But now he's going to the Heat, so, I mean, the question is, what does he add?
Well, a lot of the things that Iguodala adds goes far beyond the numbers. He gives you veteran leadership. He understands the game. His IQ is high. And the intangibles, you know, you can put him on the other team's best player. You can use him as a ball handler. I mean, there's so many little things that he brings to the table that numbers don't always show his value. And I think that's going to be great, taking pressure off Jimmy Butler as far as on both ends of the court.
I don't think he's going to log heavy minutes throughout the regular season. I think he will be more of a situational guy when the playoffs come around. I also think a big-time get for them was Jay Crowder,
Yeah.
because it also gives them another younger player that they can put on the likes of another guard that Jimmy Butler's one of the few players in the league that plays both ends of the court, right? So you want Jimmy Butler to be your closer, you need a guy like Andre Iguodala or Jay Crowder to help assist that defensively for a while Jimmy focuses on offense.
Their value really pays off if they go deep into the playoffs. Because they have an understanding of the moment. You know, the Miami Heat have a lot of young guys who've never been to the playoffs. And so that's where I see Jay Crowder and Iguodala's value coming in at.
Yeah, and he's played in 145 postseason games, so Andre Iguodala certainly has that type of veteran leadership that he'll be adding to the Heat, as well as all of his business acumen, apparently. So I hope they start picking his brain. Sports Center tonight, after Trailblazers and Jazz with Stan and Neil, they're going to have the annual Oscar night, looking at the sporting world's best performances. That'll be fun.
Okay.
76ers, okay. Are they going to continue to not play very well?
Is it on the road or is it at home?
It's at home. What do you think?
they'll be
They're going to
fine.
beat Memphis?
They'll be fine at home.
All right. Either way, you're going to see what happens on Sports Center after the game on ESPN and streaming live on the ESPN app.
Come on, Joel.
Okay. We're not even talking about Joel.
Don't count these guys out.
No one's counting them out.
Facts.
Kyle Lowry needs 9 points to pass Vince Carter for third in franchise history scoring list for the Toronto
Word,
Raptors.
Kyle?
I know, right?
Word.
What's happening tonight?
He's been there the longest.
Improved every single season, putting up career numbers on offense. But let's talk about defense. According to Second Spectrum, Siakam ranks 4th in field goal percentage allowed as the closest defender among the 73 players to defend at least 500 shots this season. So, Jay Will, I see you're standing all alone over there on the touchscreen. You must be ready to tell us how Siakam and the Raptors are pulling this off.
Yeah, because it starts with Nick Nurse. He's one of the most underrated coaches there is in the league, and we need to give the Toronto Raptors a lot more credit. He is a genius with the way he puts them in certain sets to make them efficient. Watch how this play develops. You're going to see a little release pass. And as we release here, first off, you're going to see a back screen here. You're going to see a down screen. He's going to pop up as a release. First release, boom. Release goes. Now, second release, down screen there. He's going to wrap up. Kyle Lowry's coming through this way, okay? Second release, boom. Now, as this release, watch him flare to the corner. And as he flares to the corner, here comes the first screen. He's going to drop down Pascal Siakam. He's going to the corner for spacing purposes, okay? Optionality of the offense. This is what you want ultimately. But the player to pay attention to, my man, Kyle Lowry. Watch him as he's came all the way through. Now, as he comes through with the first screen, he's going to screen the screener. There's the first screen. Screen the screener. As he screens the screener, you also have Pascal Siakam. He's down here in the corner, okay? Screen the screener. He's going to roll to the bucket here. He has to come over and help. The spacing, you still have a player here in the corner for a skip pass. As he rolls, watch how everybody compacts here. 1, 2, 3. He comes over from the weak side. You have a skip pass that can open here, but also you have Kyle Lowry, who's wide open. Now, they don't finish the play. This is a bad pass. They don't finish the play. But ultimately, he was wide open for a shot because of the system Nick Nurse put him in. The next play is one of the plays I love the most, guys. This is called pistol hammer. All right, this is the play I see them run all the time. Pistol hammer. You're going to see as the play develops, watch Pascal Siakam. He's going to come up here to the wing. As he comes up to the pinch post, he's going to come off. These two are going to exchange. As they exchange, comes off, look at the direction. Now it forces him to drive. He's going to be able to drive this ball into this gap. Now, one would think, oh, Marcus Saul, come right here into this little pocket. That's not how the play works, guys. You're going to have Marcus Saul is going to headhunt Brett VanVleet's man as he flares to the corner for a back screen. As he drives, the defenses collapse. Look, you have 1, 2 here that collapse, and you have our man, Brett VanVleet, going right to the corner. Boom. Knockdown, kick out, 3. That's how Nick Nurse works. Also, as this play develops off the top, the way they set up plays at the beginning of games is everything. You're going to see the pass. As he passes, Marcus Saul here in the middle. You're going to see these two players. Fred VanVleet's going to come off. Kyle Lowry's going to come off this way, going all the way down here, going all the way down there. As he goes off, 1, 2. Now watch. He's going to come in here. As he comes in there, watch how the action develops. You're going to see a back screen here. It's going to allow Pascal Siakam to come this way. Now, this is all setting up for a double staggered screen away. Okay, as it comes here, boom. And then you're gonna see a stagger. But since they didn't switch here, since there's no communication by Kevin Huerter, You're going to see wide open down low on the block. That's Mouse in the house. They still do have the stagger, but Pascal Siakam just goes to work. Once again, guys, I'm just trying to tell you, Nick Nurse is a savant. He puts them in the vehicle. They make reads with their optionality, but this team is one of the best coached teams there is in all of basketball, which is why they're second in the Eastern Conference right now.
Jay, well, you could have coached us up. How do you know their plays? Pistol Hammer, how'd you get that? Come on.
This comes from studying the game,
Stop
scouting
it.
reports.
You
Scouting